Hey there, Victor here. So I recently watched the third episode of Power Book 2 Ghost, and I've got some takes that I'd really like to share. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's get into it. So, first thing that sort of struck me was Drew planning on upstaging Kane to Monet, so being the number two guy, and he was talking about how Papi saw him as the smarter one and thus should be the leader, which really didn't make much sense to me. I mean, Kane is the eldest, Kane is the strongest, Kane is the muscle in the family. In fact, I think that family wouldn't really be a crime family without Kane right now because their pops is dead, who is kind of the muscle, but he's gone. Drew and Diana are not the muscle. Monet definitely isn't the muscle. Sure, all of these people can shoot a gun, but it takes more than being able to shoot a gun to command fear in the streets, which they don't really have that juice. So I'm just gonna come out and say it. Kane is the muscle of the family, and muscle inspires fear. Muscle gets shit done. Case in point, when Kane spoke with that corner boy, like he just got answers out of him because his exploits are vastly known in the streets. Also, this is kind of why I like Kane. While everyone else is scheming against everyone else within the family, Kane is the only one that's standing on business, that's all about furthering the interests of the family collectively. Drew and Diana scheming against the mother, which of course she had it coming, the mother scheming against the father. But then there's this similarity between all of them, which is they don't seem to like Kane. And this goes back to what I said in the last episode, where Kane seems to be the only one that wants and needs the approval and love of his family, but they give it to everyone else before they'll give it to him. They even give it to Tariq, who's an outsider, just because he's making the family some money. Case in point, Drew trying to upstage Kane, Monet suspecting Kane before she would even suspect Drew and Diana of trying to kill her. This is why I like Kane. He's this misunderstood and abused character, and I wish him all the best. Honestly, he's kind of like my best character right now in the show. Basically, they're a house divided, and you know what they say, a house divided is pretty easy to conquer. I also found it amusing that everyone seems to be able to clown on Tariq. It's like everyone can just see soft written all over his face. Take for instance the new Connect, Zion wouldn't do business with him. I guess he just took that meeting to meet the son of Ghost St. Patrick. So he's still even getting furthered by the surname of the man he killed, which I find a bit amusing. It's kind of like Obi said, Ajébutter playing that gangster. That's exactly how I see Tariq. So there was this part of the episode where they showed Monet teaching her kids how to bag dope, and it wasn't a great scene, because I look at that and I think, yeah, definitely a bad mom. No mom should ever do that to kids. So it got me thinking, and I guess I'll put this as a question down in the comments. First question that'll be pinned: who do you think is a worse mom between Monet and Tasha? Now remember, Tasha worked with her son to kill her husband and her son's father, and also allowed Tariq to get in the drug game, which Ghost never wanted, even though she claims it's to save him. But I don't know of any good moms that will allow their kid to get in the drug game, compared to Monet, who definitely got her kids in the drug game. They weren't even asking for it. She needed help, I guess, with bagging dope, and looked around and saw her kids and thought, hey, why not? So to you, who's the worst mom? I honestly am split with this, but I think I'll have to go with Monet, just because what if they breathed in the dope mistakenly while they were bagging it, and then become hooked on drugs because of that? There's a reason why we see baggers in most movies. They wear face masks. Anyway, to each his own. I wouldn't fault anyone who went with Tasha. So I'm not really sure what I can say about Tariq and Braden trying to get back in the game. To Braden, Tariq says, we need the money to protect our families. To Davis McLean, Tariq says, I couldn't get forced out of the game. I'm getting back in to get my get back. But I also think, I don't know, maybe it's just a unfounded theory at this point, but I think, could they just be addicts, addicted to that life? Because I honestly don't know why else they'd be taking on these risks, just to get back into an even riskier business, an even riskier line of work. Why would they be trying to get a soldier of Zion out of commission just so they can get back in to, as Braden put it, working with a guy who sets up fight clubs for fun? I don't know. The motivation isn't that clear to me. Let me know if it's clear to you. But yeah, without motivation, I'm not sure what to take from these characters' action, Tariq and Braden's. Alright, so let's talk a bit about Obi, or Obi, as he would be called in Nigeria, which is also incidentally where I'm from. So, first of all, I'm really sad that his character got clipped. I wish he stayed for longer. I mean, he was really entertaining while he was on screen from the from the last season when he and Noma made their debut till now. I'm gonna miss Obi, that's for sure. I was gonna compliment whoever is writing his lines. I think they did an excellent job with him. From the last season where he was chastising Americans in general for being crass with their speech, and to this season where he said the detective is as perceptive as he's black, which was kind of a jab at Detective Carter's mixed racial origin. I think that was a very snarky comment. Yeah, I appreciated Obi's character, and with Noma killing him and him calling her Ekwensu, I was really like, always Ajébutter Ekwensu. So yeah, what did you guys think about Noma killing him? I mean, he's been this loyal soldier for what was presumably a while working with Noma, and he made this one slip up back in Tariq against her in a way to help him escape execution. I mean, he has been loyal and he only did this mistake, this betrayal, for family, to help his brother come to the States. What would you do, I guess, is the question. And that'll also be in the comments. I'd love to get your take on that. Me, I'd spare him. I mean, I'd punish him, but I think I could understand. I think Noma has a daughter, and how would she feel if she was separated from her daughter? What would she do to get her daughter back? I'm sure she'd move heaven and earth and betray some people she's not supposed to. So it's kind of understandable. But yeah, I could see it the other way as well. So RIP Obi, and may your character enjoy the afterlife. So there was a mistake that I kind of spotted with the current episode. I don't know if it's a mistake in the writing, in the editing, in the directing. I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess I'm pointing it out not because I like pointing out mistakes in other people's work. It's just, this is a fairly big budget production with a lot of people looking at it before it gets sent out into the world. So when there's something that all of these people couldn't catch, and yeah, just a semi-observant watcher such as myself catches it, I think it's worth pointing out. So I'm referring to the scene where Braden and Tariq are at the library.
Doesn't even exist anymore. And I felt like shit seeing her flame out like that and not being able to do anything about it. Bro, are you even listening to me?
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel bad for Becca and shit. I'm sorry. But some rich girl's not fucking with her right now. It's not the fucking end of the world, B. We gotta figure out how we could pay this nigga Zion now that he opened a slot for us.
Shh. Wait, when that happened?
Well, you know, I faked the trail, lead him back to that Roman kid at the fight club. Effie took care of the rest.
We're fucking with Effie now?
No, it's just, you know, I'm doing what the fuck I gotta do. You know I am.
Whatever, fuck it. The only problem we got right now is we gotta figure out how to get 50 more bands so we can take Roman's spot.
If you noticed, Tariq gets the text saying they're in. Zion has allowed them to join his organization and they need to come up with 300K. Tariq tells Brayden this. Brayden asks, when did that happen? I expected that Tariq would answer, well, just right now, I just got the text. Instead, he talks about how he set up Effie to set up the soldier of Zion to get him out of the way. He doesn't even go into detail, but okay. So he says that. I would imagine that the script should have been, how did that happen, instead of when did that happen, as in that should have been the question. But in any case, Brayden then says they need to focus on getting an extra 50K to pay Zion to get into his organization. How did Brayden know that they had to come up with exactly 300K when it was right there that Tariq got the text saying they need to come up with 300K? So how did he know that they needed 300K and thus would need an extra 50 bands to meet that goal? So I guess a bit of sloppiness there. But hey, I think this series makes a couple of those every now and then. So kind of my final thoughts on the episode thus far. First off, I'm glad that Kane has sort of moved on from Effie. I think she's very disloyal as portrayed within the show, and she's easily manipulated by Tariq. That's what happens when you have a soft spot for someone, I guess. So I'm happy Kane's moved on from her. I'm not sure I'm happy who he moved on with, but yeah, it is what it is. And Monet has found out that Drew and Diana were the ones that stood her up, so I'm curious to see how she handles that, how Kane handles that. What do you guys think? Do you think Kane or her could kill Drew and Diana? I mean, maybe not so much Kane, just because I know how he loves his family and he'd probably want to keep them whole. But for Monet, I'm not so sure. Do you think she could kill 2 out of 3 of her kids? Normally I would say no to something like that, but this show has a way of having family kill family, and Monet has already done that in the past with her husband and the father to her 3 kids. So it is possible. If I had to choose, I would say she probably doesn't kill them. At this point, they'd be running out of a lot of main characters. But even just from her perspective, everything she's done so far are supposedly to protect her kids. So I don't really see her killing her kids at this point. Maybe never speaking to them again, but killing them, probably not. So yeah, I'm curious to get your viewpoints on the questions I raised. Do you disagree or agree with anything that I said in this episode? Do you have any parts of it that you think I missed? Leave it all in the comments, and I look forward to engaging with you over there. As always, if you like the video, please like the video and be sure to give a subscribe. Really helps the channel and also helps you know when the next episode comes out. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope it was entertaining, sharing my perspective, and I hope you do share yours in the comments. As always, stay amazing and have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.